Do we have enough crap on the table there, Chris?
It looks like we have enough crap
Looks like you're
on
at
the
an
table.
angle.
Which way?
You need to come. No. No, you need to scooch the whole. You're not. So
Well,
you need to rotate anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise.
Yeah, I'm doing that for.
Like that?
Sure, let's try that. We'll scooch into it.
we have special guests, and
Are they dicking up the
No.
camera placement?
well, no, I usually look at it from the other side. I think that's okay.
Hate to say I told you so.
All right.
Let's
I hate to
see.
say I told you so. So welcome to Miami.
But I told you so.
Bienvenido a Miami.
We're a little sideways.
Oh, merciful fate.
That sounds appropriate.
Sideways. I'm
Yeah.
not drinking any Merlot.
All right.
But don't bump.
Are we ready to do this?
It's still for
Yes.
pasta.
Okay. Everyone quit shaking the goddamn table.
Now look at that.
Perfect.
Perfect. It couldn't be more perfect.
Couldn't
if
be
I
more
tried.
perfecter. Hey everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching another fabulous Sunday live stream. To my left, your right is Chris, who is usually always on my left, your right, or my right, your left. Working the boards, of course, is the lovely and talented Mrs. Toast, who, guys, I hate to say this, but I think you've got 360 plus days of not seeing Mrs. Toast again this year. So everyone's been like, hey, you need to get Mrs. Toast to do a reveal of
Yeah.
Mrs. Toast. I'm like, I think part of the allure is the mystery. What do you think, love?
I think this whole thing came about in the most stupid manner.
Yeah,
I was in a lot of videos.
I know.
I've been in lots of videos.
And photos, yeah.
And I think the one episode where you guys were like ranking the guitar movies or
Yeah,
something,
something
like
like
with
that, yeah.
Ralph Macchio and shit like that, across whatever. And I was like, fine, but I'm hungover and I'm not being in this video.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like the commentator, and and then all of a sudden,
All of a sudden.
it's Mrs. Toast, it's
Yep.
Mrs. Toast, and so now it's a thing, and you made me Wilson, and it's not my fault, it's yours.
Hey, so yeah, so for everyone who's giving me grief about not seeing Mrs. Toast, that's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah, well, I have an idea to take a picture of my face and pixelate it and make it into a mask that I can wear, so I can walk around with a pixelated
Sure.
picture of my face. That's hilarious.
Who wouldn't
We
want
also have Doug Cook is in the shop. He's actually in the shop all week.
that? Yeah.
And so Doug is a special guest. There's a new thing. We've got a bunch of new stuff for 2021. Some of it we're going to spill the beans on tonight. And some of it, you can't look at my notes. Keep your eye on your own paper, Holmes. Some of it we're going to spill the beans about, and some of it we are not. Are you trying to just, I know I wiped real good. But
I was
no,
looking
you
at,
can
I was,
look
I was
at, yeah.
stealing it. I was looking at your paper.
No, I know.
dude.
It's, you can,
Yeah.
there's nothing here.
Hey man, I didn't pass algebra with that technique. I'm not getting through this with that technique.
One of the things that I think I would like to do this year is offer a week-long apprenticeship in the shop. And whatever we happen to be doing is what you can do. So if you want to come out and hang around the shop, like Doug is doing this week,
This is his second year.
he is an alum. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
We can put you to work doing. You won't have to pick up like dog poop.
But we really need
dude,
that.
you totally wrecked my joke. I was like,
Oh, okay.
first year paint booth building,
Yep.
second year
Picking up dog
dog
turds.
patrol. Yeah, yeah.
No, but so that's something that I think we're going to maybe give a try to. So we'll see. Yeah. So anyway, so Chris, how are you doing? Doug, how are you doing? Mrs. Toast, how are you doing? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
I'm very well, Matt.
That's
Thank you for
terrific.
asking.
I'm doing wonderful.
Okay. And Mrs. Toast, you are
I'm here.
still here. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
Present.
There you go.
So I'm not watching. Hold on, I have to turn my phone off. I didn't turn the air compressor off. I know you guys want to gamble on that, but and I think you should. In fact, I encourage gambling on just about everything that we do. Yes, ma'am.
Doug Santaniello
Hey,
said,
Doug.
I guess I could be the second Doug to do that! Exclamation point.
Ooh.
It could be. Yeah, yeah.
Could be you.
Could be you. Doug, I hope that we see you this year. I'm not sure that we're going to be doing the thing that we did last summer this year exactly like we did last summer. That was a lot of work. I think I'd like to streamline it. And Doug, if you would like to come out and do something like that with us, please let me know. That would be a lot of fun. So always good to actually, hang out with you guys more than just, internetly, right?
Internetly.
Internetly, yes.
You know how many times my wife is yell at me because she hears you say
I'm
Doug?
gonna say every single time. All right. So anyway,
Yeah.
so one of the things that if you guys want to come out for to hang out with us, a great way to do that, Chris, is
Classes.
is the best way to do that, right?
I just cheated.
I know. How many different classes do we actually offer? This I'm trying to we're trying to bring everybody up to speed with what's going on.
Well, we have two
in
different styles of
2021.
classes. We have
Yeah.
online classes.
For those of you just joining us,
Yes,
as Chris
we
is
have
saying,
online
yeah.
classes, and then we also have in-person classes.
Mm-hmm.
And in-person classes, I think we have 5 different curriculums this year, maybe
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, we
that
have a
we're
lot.
doing. Yeah. So from build your own classic telly
Mm-hmm.
to build a set neck to learn to paint with Mike Learn.
That's right.
There's something for everybody.
I think it's going to be a great year for classes, and I
Yeah.
hope that we see more of you guys out there. We've got spots in January and February if anybody wants to, and hotels, rental cars, and flights are cheap right now. So anyway,
Someone asked, can I come out and build my own Challenger?
no. This is going to be an unusual year for challengers. Chris and I have some big stuff coming for challengers.
Friday.
If you wanted to come out and be a part of us building your Challenger and hang around with us while we build your Challenger, that's one thing.
We could do that.
But yeah, and we could absolutely make that happen.
So
but
why
we do
is
not
it that
offer the Challenger as a class guitar.
correct?
So,
And why is that?
well, because that's our guitar, and we want to associate our guitar with
some
stuff
intellectual property.
That, yeah,
That,
yeah.
that belongs to that. We're totally
Yeah.
willing to use other people's intellectual
That's
property.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. Or teach you how to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want
Somebody
to.
else's.
Yeah. You want to learn how to make
Yeah.
somebody else's guitar?
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that's like radically innovative about the Challenger. But what we
No.
don't want to do is have a bunch of Challengers that aren't Texas Toast Challengers
Correct.
floating around. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Brett Hutchings
Hey,
says,
Brett.
GGBO 2021 looks like an epic dumpster fire. I think y'all be better off finding a new folks like Brad, Guns and Guitars guy, Big D, etc., and do your own competition. Maybe
Well-
the good guitar build
Well,
up.
Brett, we're gonna the good. Brett, we're gonna get to that. In fact, I wanna spend a lot of time tonight talking about the great guitar build off because 2021, because I think there's a lot of good stuff
Yeah.
to talk about. How about that? You know what I got today? No, it wasn't today, Chris. You know what I got last night? I mean, you don't know what I got last night. But you know what I got last night?
No.
I got the tuners, which was the final component for the Mike Learn Spazmaster guitar.
Oh.
Which, as you'll remember, is a 2 and 4 headstock.
For Doug, not this Doug.
That's
That
right.
Doug.
And yeah, that's right. So that video of you and Mike and myself putting that guitar together and rocking out with it is
Right.
coming very, very soon. So it takes getting parts from specific manufacturers right now is a little trickier than it normally is.
It certainly can be.
And because Hipshot is in New York, they're in kind of the ground zero for some of that stuff. So
Yeah.
okay, so let's see, we've covered some of that stuff. Let's talk a little bit about, so this would be about the time of year every year where you and I and Ike from Flipside Music, the great American guitar store, check them out, they are sponsors of the program, would be thinking about and making, well, we would have already made reservations and flight arrangements, but
Yeah.
would be making plans to go to Anaheim for the Winter NAMM show,
Yep.
which isn't even happening, right?
Nope.
Okay. So why do you think, obviously we know why it is, but do you think that if California was able to have that stuff, that exhibitors would go or attendees would even go?
I think a lot of attendees would go. I think you'd have a problem getting big companies to
Yeah,
spend
probably.
that kind of money for something.
You
that,
can get a
that may or
giant
may not.
space for pretty cheap, I bet.
I bet. Well,
If they were doing it, yeah.
And the
speaking of
people
Yeah.
that come are serious buyers.
well, they
Right?
or they're serious looky-loos. Yeah, there's such a thing as a serious looky-loo.
Yeah,
You know,
they're-
like I have no priorities in my life other than to go and waste somebody's time at the NAMM show. But
I have
yeah.
I have zero personality. And
Well, so here's my question: is the only reason that we are members of the National Association of Music Merchandisers is to get tickets to that show. So we didn't re-up. I wonder how many other people were like, "Well, I'm not paying for that if I'm not going to go.
I'm not going to go to the show.
I'm not gonna get a
Yeah,
ticket to
I'm
that
not gonna
show."
Get in. Yeah.
So is the NAMM organization like really strapped for cash right now?
Oh,
Probably.
absolutely.
I would
Yeah,
imagine they are.
probably,
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you
They're
figure-
probably in a panic because I think one of the things that happens, and we've even talked about this, is not only is everything pretty much the same every year,
Yeah.
but you've already seen anything that isn't the same every year. You know?
Wait. What?
You've already seen anybody that's coming up with anything new.
Yeah.
They've already shown it off on the internet.
Oh, yeah, okay,
So,
yeah.
so you go to the
I saw
show,
somebody had a video where like Paul Reed Smith's new models for 2021.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
you don't. It's not
yeah,
like
so you want to go to the show just so you can touch it, but it's a lot of money to go touch a guitar.
Well, it sounds like
Yeah.
you're like getting a dick pic, you know? Very few of them you want to see in real life.
I think that it's nothing like that. But
But
maybe.
I know other industries that are like, wow, man, we spend a lot of money on these trade shows when really the internet can be the trade show. We can
Anymore,
show
yeah.
anything that we want to show off without having to go to these giant mega
Well, yeah, because
shows.
Joe Shit the Ragman doesn't walk around the NAMM show buying guitars.
Right.
He has to, if he gets in, which everybody gets into that dumb show. But if you get into that show, and then you got to find somebody to like order you that thing, or
Yeah,
you
yeah.
buy it from Sweetwater, whatever. Yeah.
So anyway, so NAMM should probably rightfully be somewhat scared that the tradition of going to NAMM is
Yeah.
going to end with this.
This
whether
could
you
be
want
it.
to or not.
You know what I would
mean,
love to get-
Summer NAMM was canceled. Winter NAMM's canceled.
You got
Summer NAMM.
May
we don't really
or
know.
may not. Yeah, everything's up in the air, right?
Yeah. I mean, it could change. It certainly has changed the way people do business.
Yep.
And it could change the way people do trade shows.
I would
or
like to
don't do
know
trade
what
shows.
Philip McKnight's take on this is, and I'm sure he's already done videos about it.
And we've seen him at every single NAMM we've gone
yeah,
to. So
yeah,
he's
and
a
so
good guy to
he
ask.
knows
Yeah.
he's got his finger on the pulse of
Yeah.
what's going on at those shows. He talks to those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he knows a lot of those players.
He's an industry player.
He is. He's more so than us. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
can't.
Andy
Hey, Andy.
threw down some beer funds on the guy.
Hey.
Andy the Saint.
Small,
Andy the
yeah.
Saint.
Hey,
A small thank you
hold
for
up, hold
all
up,
the
hold up. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
to Andy the
Andy!
Saint.
No way, it's Andy the Saint's birthday.
Yes.
He's the patron
yes.
saint
Oh,
of Texas
dang,
Toast.
and
And I
forgot.
didn't want to send him a thing. I was hoping he would
You
chime
wanted
in
to remember, yeah.
and let everybody know it's Andy the Saint's birthday, as we call him here, Saint.
Yep. Or Ange. No, we don't.
Like
We don't
Andy
call him
Griffin.
Ange.
Like
Yeah,
Andy Griffith.
just
I
Saint.
called him that one time. I'm like, that
Yeah.
sounded Andy Griffith
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah.
That's what Barnum used to call him.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
said a small thank you for all the laughs in 2020. Best to you.
Well, thank you and happy birthday too
Right
to
back
Andy the
at
Saint.
you, big
Yep.
guy.
Everybody, please
Wish Andy's-
wish Andy the Saint a happy
a
birthday.
happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody is already.
Good. Yeah. Flood the comment section with happy birthday. to
Yeah,
Andy
that's all
the
I
Saint.
want to see
There you are.
when I watch this later.
Good. So I would like to know but yeah, I bet you're right though, Chris. I bet you that the NAMM establishment is kind of shaking in their boots a little
They're
bit.
probably panicking.
Because why would I mean at the very least, well there's no money coming in for the exhibitors, which a lot of that goes to the convention center. They probably
Yeah.
make nothing on exhibitors.
Yeah.
They probably make all their money on annual
The doors
memberships to
and
get
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, because you can't like, well, I
You
don't
can't
know if
just
you
buy
can.
a ticket.
I don't know if you can. Can you?
You have to be a member
buy-
to get in there.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
yeah, but it costs
there's
money.
other ways that you can get in too. You don't just have to be a member. You can be a member of the press and blah blah blah.
Oh,
blah,
I guess
blah,
that's
do,
true.
do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this one more than the summer NAMM will prove that you don't actually need NAMM to be able to conduct business.
That's true. Yeah. So not only is there zero funds probably coming
Yeah.
into that organization, there's probably a lot of fear that, like you said, well, why do we need this convention at all? And
Well,
why do we need two of them every
I think
year?
this year's
Yeah.
proved it to be archaic. You know, because it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
because it's the same fucking shit you see everywhere, and now everyone's looking at YouTube and all this other shit,
Yeah,
and
there's-
they're finding new stuff.
and there's other
like all these new people that are watching us
yeah,
right now.
Yeah, and
From
companies have already
GGBO.
they're already way ahead of that curve and going and it was always, well, we probably should because we always have.
I think that's what. Yeah.
it
Well,
was a big deal when Gibson didn't display
Yeah.
a few years ago.
You remember it was like it was a big deal, and then you got to the show, and was it really that big of a deal? It was
Yeah,
like,
well, I
"Nah,
mean, what's
yeah."
Gibson going to show you?
Yeah. Well, hey, everybody,
Yeah.
it's the new
Yeah.
guitar that you
Yeah.
already saw for the
Hey,
last
it's the
70
new-
years.
The new Les
yeah.
The new
yeah.
59 Les
We
Paul.
call it
Even
something
more
different.
59 Les
Yeah.
Paul than the last 59 Les Paul.
Frankly, we were all wet up until this year on the 59s.
this, yeah.
This
Richard.
is the definitive year.
Richard Ryan and I used to always like make jokes about even more 59 than last year's 59.
yeah.
So,
Frankly,
yeah.
we don't know what we were doing before.
We had
It's incredible
no
how
idea.
many
Yeah.
of these old guitars that were never built are discovered in decades later.
Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah.
There are a lot more 1959. There are a lot more 1959 Les Pauls now than there were in 1960. That's for sure. So
That
anyway.
seems to be the rumor.
So yeah, I wonder what's going to happen with NAMM. I'd like to know what you guys think about that. Please let me know in comment section. Send me an email if you know what Philip McKnight has already said or other industry insiders. I'd like to know that too. I wonder what's gonna. I'm sure that there'll be another NAMM show. There's got to be another NAMM show.
Maybe.
But yeah, I wonder.
Or maybe Texas Toast Days will become the replacement for the now unmissed NAMM show.
You know,
we
had a,
missed the Texas Toast Days.
Well, we did and we didn't. Remember, because we had
Well,
our,
yeah,
our,
we had
our
our- we had our-
July
yeah, we
thing,
had our
which
thing,
sort of
yeah,
became the
yeah.
de facto Texas
Yeah,
Toast
yeah.
Days.
You know who's going to be my first call when we organize a bigger than Texas Toast Days?
John Schneider,
Like from
Yes.
Dukes
From
of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Is
Bo.
No, I was going to say
Bo
Gibson.
Duke.
'Cause
Oh.
I'm just going to go straight to the top.
that? So
Yeah.
who's going to be?
Gibson, Fender.
Is John Schneider going to be your
John
second
Schneider.
call? Okay, third. Okay.
Yeah, third.
Do you want to get
yeah.
fingered by the hand that shook John
He-
Snyder's hand?
Zach Wild.
Wait.
Yeah.
So not everybody knows. So Mrs. Toast made a leap here.
Yikes.
So one year at the NAMM show, we saw John Schneider, and he looked at our guitars and said, "Hey, those are real nice." And yeah,
that's
yeah.
a real nice treatment.
Yeah, and it was very very
Mm-hmm.
kind and a stand up guy.
Yeah.
And but he was, it was. We were all a little bit starstruck that, oh my God, there's, because remember it was you and me and Jeff
from
with
you.
Matra.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was
Yeah.
everybody that grew up watching Dukes
Yeah,
of
watching
Hazzard.
Dukes
yeah.
of Hazzard. We're
And
like,
here
oh my
comes-
God, there's Bo
yeah,
Duke.
a Duke.
And of course, our booth was in literally the shittiest part of the show, right by the
next to the
commode.
Except it was near the commode. Yeah, it was near the bathroom, which was.
Well, that's why I said it was the shittiest one. 'Cause
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it was the second shittiest room.
But everyone has
in
to go to the bathroom.
right, yeah, exactly.
Mm, you
Not
think so.
everybody did. There were other
Not
bathrooms
everybody
around,
did,
but
yeah.
but ours was, yeah,
Tucked
and
away.
and that was the reason that we met John Schneider. Thank you, bathroom.
And so John Schneider went in the bathroom and he saw all of us go, oh my God, look at her. And then so he was like, oh geez. And he came out and he was like very gracious and you know, hey fellas, how's it going? And
Yeah. And he
he's-
went,
no, at no point
Oh,
did he should.
no.
But he did say, hey, I did wash my hand, just so
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I just washed my hands.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know.
Yeah.
I said it didn't.
Very,
it
very
wouldn't
nice
matter
guy.
if you didn't.
Yeah. So, anyhow, my sister ran up and got her. She had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, he's just a good-looking guy."
He's
So,
just a
anyway.
good-looking older man.
Yeah. So my sister and my niece got their picture taken with someone who they had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
So John Schneider would be the third guy that you
Third
called.
guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Gibson, Fender, John
John
Schneider.
Schneider, okay.
PB.
Peavy.
Sure.
Is Peavy even the thing anymore?
Sure. Let's
Okay, I
make it a
don't-
thing.
I don't know
Did you
from
guys see
Peavy.
Lita Ford there too?
Well, oh, yeah, well, there's all
Yeah.
those people. No, not at the summer NAMM show.
Oh.
I guess John Schneider probably lives near there. or
Yeah,
something.
he does. That's
So,
the whole
yeah.
deal.
Oh, he's a Duke
yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think he actually lives in Nashville, so
Okay,
that wasn't
so
too big
that's-
of a deal. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't see more famous people.
Well, again,
That's-
we weren't
yeah.
exactly wandering around the show.
No, we
so,
weren't, and
yeah.
and
You were back by the crapper.
yeah.
Yeah, and not in. We were in the worst pot. It was like, hey, these guys want to buy a booth. Let's add
Can
another
we
booth.
Jam
on.
some more shit into this corner. I think we can.
Yeah. So, anyway, yes, ma'am.
Electric Sex Machine says,
Scott.
Happy New Year, boys and Mrs. Toast.
Yeah.
You have a Christmas gift traveling to you.
A
Oh,
Cridman
sweet.
gift.
You should get it by Christmas in July. LOL. Does that mean it's cocaine? Like
I what
I don't
what
think
is
so.
what does that have to do with Christmas in July?
Crazy Eddie?
Oh,
I think.
wait. Mrs. Toast makes these jumps, and I'm like,
Yeah,
so what?
yeah.
So it's is it cocaine? What does that have to do with July? Crazy Eddie, the guy who was like, I have so many TVs, it's nuts. It's like,
Yes, it was a
there's
whole-
it's
it was
a
a front for a
huge
Coke
jump
ring.
from like I have no idea what you're talking about to this bizarre around the barn. Like, okay, now I'm up to speed.
Yeah,
50
yeah.
minutes later. Yeah.
I think we want to know something from Electric Sex Machine.
What?
Is he the one that commissioned the
Oh.
Brian Nutter double neck banjo
I'm just going to
thing?
assume that he did,
I think he did.
but I don't
Let's
know.
find out. We'll find out here in a second.
Yeah, so our friend Brian Nutter is building a double neck banjo electric guitar, and we're like, I bet you that's for Scott.
Yeah, yeah. If anybody is looking for one of those, it's got to be.
Why would
Electric
Scott
Sex
not
Machine.
be that guy?
Yeah.
He
He's
did
got a
say
really
there was
nice
big
looking dog,
announcement
so.
coming.
So we've got a couple of Cridman gifts that from people have sent us, like DVDs, not DVD porn, but like DVDs of like Stone,
yeah.
the predecessor to Mad Max.
Australian biker films.
Yeah. There's and I don't know if one guy or two guys sent us that DVD. We might have two copies coming. I'm not 100% sure.
One for the both of you.
Yeah. So anyway,
You don't have to share, boys.
no. All right. So let's get more beer and let's dive into what everybody wants to talk
All
about.
right. All right.
So the giant elephant in the room is earlier this week, Ben Crow announced that he has all of the rules for the new 2021 Great Guitar Build-Off, and he went like this a lot. Yes.
On it.
Yeah. So did you watch? So first of all,
I
Chris,
watched
did
it.
you watch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it on my big TV.
I didn't
Like
know
it
it
was
was
a
a
movie.
thing until I saw a post that Doug Cook, who's here in the shop, posted on the Texas Toast, like the Weenie Roller Operator Union or something like that. It was one of those. There's a handful of Facebook pages
That might have been where I actually originally saw
that
it.
the guys who are people
Yeah.
made, and so I had no idea until Doug posted something about it, so I had to watch it, and yeah, so I'm gonna go to the thing. So what did you think, Crid?
It was pretty much what I expected it to be.
So we knew it was going to be a contest where you make a guitar, and I mean that's like, okay. Oh no! This time we're
Yeah.
all gonna
Now
make waffles.
We're
and-
making
and-
cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, I mean, it seems like the money move for them is in the unofficial, what they call the unofficial build.
And when you
last
say
year.
money move, you don't mean, because I don't think they're making, like, they're not getting
No,
rich
but that's
from
the
this.
thing that they want to.
That's
That's the thing that they want to promote.
I think that's the best possible thing
Yeah.
for them to promote
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Of all the people that we have gone on record publicly stating that we do not have any interest in competing in what they're calling it now, the invitational.
Invitational. Yeah.
Furthermore, we have not been invited. but
but we decided way before this isn't a.
No,
well, I didn't
it's-
want to play anyway.
no, we
No,
we,
it's
we have.
absolutely not going to happen.
Well, yeah, we're going to get to our reasons for that here in a little bit.
And I
but
think we actually said that even before the official
Oh,
last year
absolutely. I'm
results
sure
We
right
did,
after
came
the
out
contest.
was we're this was fun, but
it was
we're not going to do it again.
It's a lot of work, and at the same time, I think we got everything we wanted to get out of it, and now it's our turn to give something back. So,
Yeah.
like, what can we do to make this a more of a thing, or like, why don't we give some other people a chance to do so? Like, and what I mean by that is how many folks are going to who were in the contest last year, the official.
Yeah.
How many are going to do it again? So like, Jimmy DeResta's not going to do it.
He took a clubbing. He's not going to do it.
I can't imagine that Tamar. She's like, well, what am I? Yeah, like, I already did this once and it was
don't
fun.
know
But
yeah, I don't know that she got all that much out of it, honestly.
well, yeah, because Tamar has such a gigantic channel.
Right,
Like
exactly. Yeah.
Like if she got 20,000 new subscribers, would she even? Not that she's like above it, but would she even notice? She's got like a bazillion people watching.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, like, would she notice it? And no one got 20,000 new subscribers from the deal, but
Yeah.
and I would bet you that Philip McKnight is like, yeah, I did that once and it was fun. I don't want to do it again. I don't know. I'm not speaking for people. I'm just prognosticating.
Just our take on the situation.
Yeah.
As guys sort of in the know.
We did it once. Yeah.
We are. Yeah.
Yeah.
My pick this week.
Yeah.
Phil McKnight will not play.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Chris the Greek.
Chris the Greek. All right, but
I'm not Greek.
why don't you be the Dutch Hercules? That's a great nickname.
Dutch, tell us what you think.
Dutch.
My pick for this week. Red Engel for the win.
Do you think? Okay, Brad Engel. Do you think Brad would? I've actually talked to Brad.
I bet you Brad will.
I talked with Brad in like email form, and he's like, "Hey, are you going to do it?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." And he's like, "So I think Brad's interested."
Yeah.
I would bet you Big D would be up for round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Ben will do it?
Well, I think Ben has to do it.
Yeah, I think Ben has to put the contest on. I don't know if he has to compete.
Well-
in his
I
own-
think he kind of has to.
You think so? Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, you're doing something else. I saw.
What's that?
I saw spinning.
Oh, yeah,
spinning
yeah.
video. I think.
Looks like we got another super chat. I want to sell my Doug is interested in selling his great guitar build off guitar that he won at auction. If anyone wants to
his daily player. His.
yeah. I want to help Doug. I want to help you out.
Yeah, if
And-
anybody's interested in and anybody knows which guitar Doug has,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Doug wants to.
You
Doug's
know if you're
interested
watching
in
the thing here.
moving it along.
So did we cover? Dan Thompson from Guns and Guitars. I don't know if Dan will do it again either.
I
He
don't
might
know
be
either.
like,
His whole deal. He's doing so much and moving and if he had a home base that was
hard to say.
a little bit more than what he's got going on, he might do it again.
So what I'm driving at is given, and I could be 100% wrong. The guys who I said there's no way they'll do it, they might really want to, and the people who said yeah. So what this could basically do is open up an all new, like the invitational is now people you have no idea who they are, and it's like a whole big thing.
Yeah.
Why not have that? That would be cool.
Yeah, and really opening it up to a bunch of new people is going to make it way more entertaining than seeing the same faces that were there last
It
year.
depends how
including
entertaining these
ours.
people are.
Well, but even I mean, hopefully there's been some groundwork laid,
And I'm sure there
somebody
is,
will latch on to some of that.
What
and
was the
forward.
best guitars though from 2020? What were the best guitars of the whole thing?
of the both competitions?
No, what I'm driving at, I'm trying to get you to go.
Yeah.
The unofficial was the best.
Yeah, the
stuff
unofficial.
anyway,
Well, there was
yeah.
so much stuff, and the one thing, the original unofficial was you needed to buy a kit and play along, and then at some point it changed to anybody that wants to play can play, and so you got a bunch of people doing really unique things, and so
We
all
had
of
to
a sudden
we had to eat shit too because it was like, hey, you guys are why is this a kit guitar
Yeah,
build? I'm like,
yeah,
because it's
yeah.
Ben's contest,
yeah,
it's Ben's
early
rules.
early
so,
on,
yeah.
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 And so all of a sudden, yeah, there was all sorts of creativity that was allowed to blossom because
Exactly.
frankly, the kit thing somewhat stifles you, as we found out, and fought hard to
It would have
to
been
overcome.
100% easier for us to make a triple neck guitar not starting with a kit.
And I think honestly, if the contest was build a guitar and it wasn't build a kit guitar, we probably wouldn't have built a triple neck.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so all of a sudden there was all this stuff that was just, anybody was able to build anything they wanted, any way they wanted, and there was just tons of cool stuff that came about, and stuff from every angle. Like ornately carved and rustic and just
Totally.
everything.
Before Dan says we'll miss the trash talk. We're getting to that. We're getting to that, Dan. Please don't. And it looks like Greg Pearl said maybe the OGs of GGBO. I like that. Could donate via some sort of drawing a kit guitar. So we're getting to that too, Greg.
Something. And this will fall on deaf ears with probably 90% of the people that watch this. But there was a TV show years and years ago called American Gladiators.
I love that show.
And it was normal people fighting gladiators
Sure,
with big Q-tips and
Big
swings
Q-
and
Kind of
stuff.
like Running Man.
Yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
like Running Man. And the winner of season 1 got to become a gladiator, an American gladiator. And that's, I think, really
Snap.
what the GGBO should be for us, is we are now gladiators.
Well, let's talk about. So we've talked about that. We're not really interested in competing in the contest. I think what do we
No.
get out of doing?
Well,
it,
and it was so much work, and it was we almost gave up a month.
I think we
Right off the top.
totally gave up.
Well, I mean, but
Absolutely.
full time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know we gave up 3 weeks of
Easily,
of 40, 50 hours a week, kind of time.
And doing the videos and everything
And-
too on top
well,
of all
and
of it.
frankly, yeah, we can't do that.
So so everybody
Year
knows
after
what
year.
we're not
Yeah,
interested in
yeah.
doing. Well, so what are we interested in doing? I, for one, would love to make more videos about Great Guitar Build Off, and if that's in the form of judging. Here we go. Whether or not Ben invites us to help judge the contest, I would like to put this out there and let you guys know, and then maybe you'll let Ben know, because he doesn't return my calls. Well, I don't call him, but in any way.
You don't call
I don't call him, but what I mean is that there's not an open dialogue between Ben and I for whatever reason, and I don't know what that is. If Texas Toast can help out with prizes, more than happy to do that. If Texas Toast can help out with judging, more than happy to do that. If anyone on that side of the contest is not interested in us doing that, fear not, good viewer, because Chris and I will, regardless, be judging the contest, whether or not it's officially part of the judging. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
anyone watching, if you have Ben's ear, let him know that we would like to officially help with judging. And we would also be absolutely 100% willing to, well, let's donate a spot in our Build a Classic Set Net class. That's a
Ooh, that's
$1,550 value. Sorry, I
That's-
I
yeah.
threw that at you, didn't
That's
I?
fine.
We'd be willing to offer that up as a prize to anyone who doesn't come in like in the top 30. If you don't make it, we're not. I'm not gonna stipulate a thing, But if you like put a kit guitar together and you didn't win, I would like for it to have that person come. So that way, see, here's what back in when the shooting contest day, we'd call that a tyro.
Uh-huh.
Someone who'd never competed in a match before
Uh-huh.
got a prize. There was
Uh-huh.
no way they were going to get to they weren't going to be competitive against the guys who've been doing it for years and years and
Right.
years. But if somebody's just starting out and they would and Ben would like to give this class away, I would like to give out a class to our Build a Classic Setnik. It's all woodwork. It's all guitar building. It's a week-long thing. It's a $1,550 value. There you go. Boom.
That's worth playing for right there.
And you don't have to win the contest to get it. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to.
So,
Because
so are we
a
gonna
winner is
judge
going to be
who
like,
gets that?
yeah, why not?
All right, there you go.
So-
that's worth
It's almost
playing
like
for
the
right
booby
there.
prize.
No, it's way better than the booby prize.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than
Yeah.
the booby, but it's almost like all right.
No,
yeah,
it's
you-
not an
you
also
came here-
ran prize. I don't think. I don't believe. What is that? What you think a booby prize is, though, or did I get that wrong?
No,
It's-
I'm
it's
just.
not,
I took a leap again.
Most efforts, most necks, but it's
No, it's
close.
not most up. No, I took a
No,
leap
it's for
again.
for someone who
I'm
really
not saying
put
that they
themselves.
sucked.
Oh,
They
okay,
just,
okay.
You know, you came and you did it. There you go.
Yeah,
And
and
you deserve. Come back again.
because isn't it
Yes.
cool to like? Well, I didn't win the big prize, but I did have a shot at this other thing, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I would like to throw that out there.
There
You
you
know
go.
what? You know what, Chris?
What, man?
What do you think I'm gonna say?
I have no idea at this point.
But if
I'm gonna do. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this out there. 2 classes. What do you think about that?
Sure. Yeah. Sounds great.
So I'm willing to donate 2 spots in our not in the same one. So like the one in whatever
Yeah,
day and one.
yeah.
So but I would like to offer prizes of our 2 spots in our Build a Classic Set Neck guitar class as prizes for the Great Guitar Build-Up. Does that make sense, you guys? If I'm confusing you, let me know. Whatever.
I think maybe Battle Axe is confused.
Okay.
He said it's not about winning a prize; it's about helping a charity.
Well, but this year, Sam, there are actual prizes, and I would like to donate prizes to the Great Guitar Build-Off. Now, the charitable aspect is something that there's nothing I can do. I can't just give you $3,000 to insert name of charity here. But what I can do is help promote the contest by offering prizes, and I hope that is what you guys. I hope that came across right. So like I said, anyone who has Ben's ear, let Ben know. Further into that end, Chris and I are available to help with judging. Would you?
I would like to judge.
I think that would be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's gonna be
Would you get a powdered wig?
so many. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think Ben should have a powdered wig too.
You know what the powder in the wigs were?
What is that?
To get rid of the lice.
Lice,
Ew.
Yeah.
lice stuff. Yeah.
Delousing powder?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, judging would be fun, and
Matt gets all hopped up on beer and gives away classes. I think that'd be fun. So if guys, the offer's out there. I just got to hear something from Great Guitar Build Off to do it. And there's no stipulation. Well, you have to let me be a judge to do this thing. If Ben doesn't want to do that, that's fine. But I do want to help out. I want to help grow this thing, and I want it to be cool.
yeah, yeah. And we get the distinct feeling that Ben doesn't like us that much. We could be wrong.
Well, since we
don't-
went there, yeah.
And that doesn't change my opinion of Ben.
No, I think
I mean, the contest went down the way the contest went down, and we played our game.
You're
And
obnoxious Americans.
We are yeah.
Ugly Americans.
Yeah,
That's right.
And but that doesn't mean that we can't be, something else. I mean, we're not going to be a-holes
No.
A-holes?
while we judge.
We can say ass.
We can,
A-holes?
but I'm not gonna because
Okay.
that's not what I'm gonna be.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're above it.
Well,
You're better
yeah,
than
I'm
that.
not.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, judging is playing is one thing, judging is another. Yeah, your knife will kill. That's the guy I want to be. This
Sure, you want to be
season.
the Doug Marcaida. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
wanna-
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be cool, and I think that we are in a unique position to do so. And do you know why? Because we're the only people right now in the world who have ever won a Great Guitar Build-Off. I'm sorry. That was. I'm not trying to be a dick about it.
Yeah.
I just am naturally.
It just comes so naturally.
Yeah, it comes
it's
so
organic.
Well, so you know, we planned for the way that we wanted it to go down.
Yeah.
And it sort of happened. It didn't happen exactly the way we thought it would happen. There were times when we thought that we wouldn't win, but we planned to win from the very beginning.
Everybody planned to win, right?
Well,
I mean, yeah.
I don't know that they did.
How could you not plan to win?
Because that's not something everybody does.
Wait a second.
No. Not
Everybody does that, don't they?
No.
Who plans to lose?
Well, they don't plan to lose, but they plan to not lose face.
Oh.
You know, especially in a multi player kind of contest.
Uh-huh.
It's like, well, I don't think I'm going to win this thing, but God, as long as I don't come in last.
Well,
So,
okay, I see what you mean.
You know, so.
Well, I guess we can go back to that whole shooting competition. There were very
Yeah.
few people in the official Great Guitar Build-Off thing, too. It was like, we were able to go, well, we pretty much know what this person's going to do and that person's going to do. Yes.
Yeah. But, you know, so yeah, like a shooting competition, you know, it part of it's just the fun of competing and playing the game.
Yeah.
And really, it wasn't even competing, it was just playing a game.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's just it. Chris, you know what I sure am loving is all that money in my bank account. Guys, there was no prize at all.
No, there's
for
more prize
winning. Yeah.
this year than there was last year.
We got this from our good friend. You know what the prize was? We got to meet and hang out with a lot of cool people.
You got a new bromance going on.
Totally.
Yeah, but
and that was
like Vinny and
definitely
Paulie G.
yeah, and that was the funny thing about the official versus the unofficial was all the official people were required to sell their guitar, which is totally fine, but the unofficial there was no such stipulation.
Yeah. Sam wants to know is the invitational going to be this, that, or the other? Sam, I do not know anything. I am not in the loop on what is happening as far as rules and regulations and qualifiers or disqualifiers for this. Remember, guys, even though last February I got drunk sitting right over there and came up with this idea, this is Ben's contest. This is not the Texas Toast contest. We do not sponsor. Well, I guess I would like to sponsor it, but we do not have any say in the rules or any of that stuff. That's all. And I don't even think Ben does. He was saying in his video that it's a whole other.
Started a whole other thing. Yeah.
So I don't know any of the rules. I would, if I knew, brother, I would tell you. So yeah, let's take some comments and questions. Can we do that?
Color one, you're on the air.
You kind of put me on the spot.
Let's go. Jeffrey says there's a lot there's a lot build level and a scratch build level separately. So I bet you he means there's a kit build level. Okay. Jonathan says unofficial entrants selling their guitars. Generally, nobody is interested in paying anything like a decent price for a guitar made by an amateur. It could very well be. I don't know. I don't know how that. Again, I'm not sure how that's going to work. What did the Duresta guitar weigh? He started with a Les Paul kit from Ben. Mm-hmm. I'm going to guess over 9 pounds, under 13 pounds.
Yeah, I'd say probably around 10 pounds, and then he burnt the shit out of it, and it weighed 8.9 pounds. I don't know.
Battle Axe Guitar says, "Yay, I got called, brother." I don't know what that means. Let's see.
He got called out.
Okay.
Battle
Missing
Axe,
like 170 thumbs up. Oh, thank you, SS. Hey, we should get some new shirts. Maybe we should do like a new for 2021. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
speaking of,
still stuck on the titty shirts.
I know. Before we go, somebody please remind me, and that's probably not going to be Mrs. Toast because she forgets everything. It's probably not going to be you because I'm going to talk over you, Doug. Before 6:00, like 5:59, I want you to remind me the very, very exciting new thing happening at Texas Toast Guitars in every video for 2021. Wildly exciting and brand new. This is the first live video of the year.
It is.
We did have
yeah.
so we had the reveal video that we pre-recorded last year but
Which
played this
frankly
year.
sounds kind of gay.
Oh yeah, somebody said that reveal sounds gay.
We've
I'm
been
like,
doing them for a
gay?
year.
What-
It's
Over a
not
year.
flashing.
What's
I mean,
gay
that's
about a
a-
So they thought it was
Yeah.
like you mean gender reveal?
Well, like when I'm pregnant, so why are you gonna assume my baby's gay?
Hey.
Yeah.
All I know is what two consenting adults do in the privacy of their own home with a monkey and a squirt bottle and a jar of Vaseline is nobody's business. Yes, ma'am.
So I think that there's some clarification needed.
Oh, okay.
Simon, not the pie man, said he ordered a T-shirt last week and it still hasn't arrived yet.
Simon, all of our T-shirts come from that is outsourced.
Teespring. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes, I thought you said he was in Britain, and I probably. You
I don't
didn't
know.
say
Maybe
that.
he is. His name's Simon. Maybe
So
he likes to
the
draw.
Teespring is usually pretty fast, but how long does it normally take to get a
It takes
Teespring order?
more than you would think.
Okay.
Well, because they're made to order.
Well, they're made to order,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that can take a couple of days, and then shipping can take a couple of days. I'd give it a couple more days, and then hit up Teespring.
Well, a couple of people are like, "Hey,
to find out.
mine took a few weeks."
So
usually
Simon,
it
thank
takes-
you
it
though for
takes-
ordering a T-shirt.
It's not like
That's
we got
very
a
cool.
week
big
and a half.
warehouse of T-shirts in
Yeah,
every size.
we do
and
not-
send them out.
That's
No,
it's.
they're made
yeah.
as they're ordered.
Yeah.
However, we did order a bunch of these. Yes.
300.
So
Why did I need that? I
What's
think
that?
it's because I really like that Starbucks mugs I have, but I don't want to advertise for Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted that circle to put over the Starbucks thing.
We're gonna include these in everything that we ship in house.
yeah, everything that we ship from the shop is
Yeah.
going to get one of these stickers. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're still sending me emails about the poplar blanks, I sold out of those like that. I'm working on more. Chris and I think that we have a line on some more of that stuff. If you sent me an email, I will send you an email back that says, "Boy, those poplar blanks sure were." Wait for it. Popular. So yeah. If you guys want one, I'm working on it. There's no guarantees, but I'm working on it. SS says he has some free project time coming up. Okay, so that would be cool.
Titty shirts, dude.
Let's see, Gonzo59. When there is no marking to tell what pickup is for the bridge or the neck on my Tim Shaw humbuckers, just a patent number is seen. This is a great question for our Thursday night live stream, but since you asked now and since I read it, you need to put those on a meter. And generally speaking, whichever one is the hottest goes in the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that, Chris?
Because the string vibrates less
Yep.
over the bridge, so it needs to be hotter to compensate for that.
Generally speaking, that is why.
Was that right?
That's what I would have said, yeah.
Yeah. You know why?
Let's see. Why?
Because I know things.
You are the man. You're the
Yeah.
Mac.
I
Macaroni.
try. I try.
Is it the knife?
No.
Yeah.
No. Driddle says, I've been waiting on knobs for 3 weeks to ship from Denver to Montana. Okay, Devin,
Hey, man, they're in Massachusetts. Give them a break.
first of all, everybody, we do not sell knobs. These came from our friend Steve at Maximum Guitars.
From what we understand, yeah.
And if you live in the middle of nowhere, Montana, it's you got to
You
realize
should
that
be used to this.
it has to go from Denver to New Brunswick to Brussels
Yeah.
to Hawaii.
Yeah. In one way,
You got to know that.
they're getting closer
In one, yeah, they're not
in
getting,
one direction. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do they
the
ship
world's round?
east to
so-
west, west to
I
east?
don't know. I don't know how it
Is the
goes.
world
Yeah.
round or is it flat?
We're not going to
Well,
get into that, but I believe
yeah.
it to be spherical.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So in some ways, they're closer to you today than they were yesterday. Going in the opposite direction.
Okay, so hey, are you guys UPS or something? No, we are not, Scott. Sam.
UPS.
Ray says we get it. By the way, the people have already nominated you guys. Thank you so much, Ray, and the people who you speak of. It's a spheroid. Okay, all right. Is shipping through post office. Yeah, Doug is absolutely right. They're way behind at the post office. Our mailman was like, we're easily into next month for stuff that got shipped before Christmas. Cridman, where are you going? You gotta go pee pee?
I think it's an urgent matter that he has a bathroom emergency.
So anyway, let's talk a little bit about why. Let's go back. Let's go back to Great Guitar Build Off, because people are going, hey, why don't you want to compete in Great Guitar Build Off? Why? And the reason is, as I said, and this is oversimplifies it, but like for me to go, well, what do we get out of it for doing it? That's only part of it. But we had so much fun and doing it, and I want to see this contest be a thing in the coming years, and I think that it can be. And I'm not saying that I don't have any interest in competing again, but honestly, like, what am I gonna do? Like, 4-neck guitar? No, I'm not gonna do that. So there would be people who I like the idea of retiring undefeated. There are going to be those
Uncontested champion.
yeah, there are going to be those guys who boy, we got a lot of hate mail during Great Guitar Build Off. So reason one would be I'm not interested in getting a bunch of hate mail from people who don't like me again. I get enough of that as it is.
Dylan talks to
Hey, Dylan, how are you, man?
says he wants to compete in it.
Okay, so I would
You got
also
the Les Plights still here. Waiting.
I would love to have
I thought there was a deal struck.
some
the bromance.
competing. So let's talk about that for a second. Dylan, if you're interested in competing in the Great Guitar Build Off and you need a shop to work out of, brother man, that this Texas Toast is your home shop. We will absolutely open our doors and our arms to you. Dan at Guns and Guitars, absolutely
All you
willing
homeless
to.
guys.
I would love to have
Dan
have
and
those
his
guys.
wife and his kids.
So nice.
I'm not saying that Mrs. Tone isn't awesome.
No.
But
Also
that little
very,
girl
very cool.
looks just like Shirley Temple.
Oh yeah,
And those-
she's a sweetie.
Both of those kids are the sweetest,
Yeah,
nicest kids I've
yeah,
ever
absolutely,
met in my life.
absolutely. So if you, Chris, I in addition to giving away classes, I also open the doors of the shop to competitors in the Invitational who
Right.
may or may not have shops to work out of. So but Dylan, Dan, you guys absolutely know you're more than welcome to come here and yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm gonna take a spin off of Simon, not the Pie Man,
Uh-huh.
guitars and stuff. Turn your shop into Guitar Dojo. You could be Guitar Cut.
Shisha.
The #1 show on Netflix.
Yes, ma'am.
So Sam,
Uh-huh.
aka Battle Axe.
Ah, yes.
Guys, you don't need to explain yourselves to anyone. We love you no matter what
Oh,
you
God
do.
bless you, Sam. That's totally cool. And I still want to get over to Ireland sometime. If I ever leave
I've
the
totally invited
the
us
street,
into his
I
house.
might go to Ireland. So Chris, while you were taking a dump, Chris, while you were busy saving the orphans from the fiery car crash that was right
Yeah.
outside,
Uh-huh.
And don't forget that runaway garbage truck.
and whatever it was that you were doing, I was trying to tell people like why we weren't willing, why we were willing to do what we were willing to do and why we weren't willing to do what we weren't willing to do. And I started
On what?
on Great Guitar Build Off, and we kind
Oh.
of got into like the whole notion of like all the hate that we got from
Yeah,
that one,
yeah.
and like so what would happen if we, okay, let's just say for the sake of conversation, we entered the thing, which we're not gonna, and we lost. what would happen?
Well,
Everyone would go, ha ha,
yeah,
you guys suck.
there's
ah,
a certain
yeah.
faction of people that
There's no
actively
winning.
want us to lose.
There's
Yeah.
no winning.
and actually, don't like us.
And what would happen if we won?
There's no winning.
They'd be, oh, you guys
Yes.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of people that really like us, and there's a whole lot of people that don't really like us. And unfortunately, sometimes that don't really like you seems to feed the
Yeah.
the thing.
And there's a
So,
reason that we dubbed our guitar the hater maker.
Yeah.
Not because
yeah.
it had 3 necks, not because it, yeah.
because
because-
it
You
hate what you
elicited
fear.
so much
Yeah.
response.
Got a lot of hate.
yeah,
from
and
that's not why we're not doing it, but it's like, it's kind of like, it's like,
but
well, what,
one
yeah,
of
what do
those-
we
yeah,
get from,
yeah. It's and you don't even really have to explain yourself as to why you don't want to do it. You know?
I want the Great Guitar Build Up to be successful.
Yeah.
I want it to grow and be a very
Yeah.
cool thing. I don't think that I need to dedicate
There's no winning.
a buttload of time to,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
so that someone can, you know, tell me how much of a jerk I am or whatever.
There's a lot of class in walking away.
Yeah, well, yeah, and
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like let's give. How about, wouldn't it be cool if we got some other people in the game and let them
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
make moves
yeah.
to you?
I
Yes.
want to give Brad Hutchings a big thank you
A big thumbs up.
for reminding us, hey Chris, remember to tell us the new thing in videos before they end.
That's Doug is
that-
supposed to do that.
Well, he didn't know.
Hey Doug, tell us the new thing.
It's
I'm
not
supposed to
time yet.
tell
It's
you.
not
It's
time
not
yet.
time yet.
It's
Well, it's fine.
close.
And then Greg says, I hate you guys so much. I'm coming to the April class to learn to be more like Matt. Oh,
Greg
God.
loves us,
The
and
world
we
is
love
full
Greg.
of Matt.
Greg Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude is
Yeah.
crazy awesome.
Uh-huh. Bring us more walnut.
I hope that he got some from that chick too.
Walnut?
Yeah, whatever.
Hardwood floors.
If that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever.
There's no
yeah.
carpet
Tongue and
anymore.
groove.
Hey, go crazy.
Yeah.
Tongue and groove. Yeah. So yes, ma'am. Was there another thing that we missed?
Probably.
Did I miss something here?
Most likely.
Okay. It looks like
I think
okay.
we're down to the part where Doug is supposed to
Oh, yeah.
remind
Doug's
us of
got
stuff.
No, but there's 4 more minutes. We need.
Yeah.
I need like 30 seconds. To tell you about this one.
Oh.
I was
there's
told-
a,
I was told
there's a
59.
suggestion
Yeah.
from Mark
Mark.
Sazinski. I'm pretty sure I said that right. Except I had this giant retainer on steroids in my mouth right now.
Hey, can I
Well, he
pause you
said-
for a
Well,
moment?
he said be more like Matt class,
No one wants that class.
especially me.
Mrs. Toast, will you let everyone know that you are okay after your surgery? Because people ask me and they want to
Oh
know.
yeah, I'm totally cool.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm
Yeah.
snarkier than ever. Actually, I'm feeling a lot better than I was.
Mrs. Toast came through like flying colors. Absolutely no problem.
I'm resilient.
You are very durable.
I'm like fucking predator.
Durable? I just called my old lady
That's
durable.
And
that's
you know
what
what?
everybody hopes
You know what?
to be called.
You know what makes us the perfect couple is
What's that,
that
love?
I appreciate
Yes.
that you call me that. You're like Ron Swanson telling me that I'm handmade
Here's
well.
a good one. Cage
Party.
Papas, any macro brands of guitars you're excited by right now? That's an intriguing question. What macro brands of guitars am I excited? So I've always been. Everybody thinks that I'm not a super fan of big brand. I'm a total Fender, Gibson, Paul Reed Smith freak. I love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't get more macro than that. Are there any macro brands that you're like, oh, cool? Because I know you're a Fender aficionado.
Yeah, I haven't paid that much attention this last year.
Okay.
So
So if we were gonna go to the NAMM show, where would you want to go for? It's funny because when you go to the NAMM show, you go to these weird levels and it's like I ain't going there. There's like a line around the upstairs thing. But who's making like really really awesome stuff? Paul Reed Smith, of course. Fender, obviously. I'm not sure if Gibson is doing a whole lot of anything
are
totally
they even making
rad.
guitars anymore?
I think they are. But like their whole like I don't think that Gibson is I think is finally to the point where they're like, we don't need to innovate anything. We need to just keep making our core stuff. And I think that Fender is they're not. They're unwilling to do that. They're like, oh, we want to make wacky this parallel universe and funky. Did you see that new Music Land or whatever? It was the what's that one that was the cut down 12-string necks and had the funky body. Russ,
Customs Mavericks.
Maverick. I think it was a
Yeah.
Maverick. Yeah, Russ sent me a
Yeah,
thing about the new
okay.
Maverick, and it was a lot of money.
Yeah, so that's got to be a custom shop.
I'm
then,
sure
right?
it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
because they're not going to make that. They
It was
barely made
like
them out of something
2,500 or something. So yeah, it wasn't like
Yeah.
a made in Indonesia.
else. No,
thing.
okay.
It's $5.59, by the way.
All right. So anyway, so macro brands that I'm excited about. There's some brands that of course aren't at the NAMM show. I don't remember ever seeing Mesa Boogie at the NAMM show. I'm sure they're there, but maybe not every year. But I love that. I love Mesa Boogie. I love Fender and Paul Reed Smith and Gibson and
What about Kiesel?
It's not really my cup of tea, but they are excellent. And
And their booth is always super
always
packed.
jammed
Yeah,
with people.
yeah.
Yeah, always a line around the thing. I have no friends at any of those companies. I do have some friends.
Dylan Talks Tone says McPherson.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
I do have some friends at like little companies, mostly owners, head chefs, and bottle washers, like Brian Nutter is a friend of ours who we
Everybody
know,
knows.
very small guitar company and very cool guy. John Sullivan at Sully Guitars, also always been very cool to us. I know that guy, and if I called him on the telephone and said, "Hi, this is Matt," he wouldn't have any idea who I was. But I think after 30 to 60 seconds of explanation, he would know who I was.
Right.
Doug Cower, very cool
Yep,
guy.
yep.
OD from OD Guitars,
Yep.
a very awesome guy. And I know I'm missing people, and it's not because I don't like you. It's because I'm stupid and I forgot. Yes, ma'am.
So Carl Engstrom
Hey, Carl.
said, love it when I get here on Sundays. Here's a little beer. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Here's a little BWERUN money.
Thank you so much, Carl. So let's go ahead and wrap this one up. It's been about an hour. We've got a long day tomorrow, and we've got a lot of work for Doug to do. In fact, we've got a lot of stuff going on all week, and it's not all in the shop. It's all fun stuff. Thank you to Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. If you are in the Denver area, please go over there. And I can't say see Ike and Dylan and Nico and MJ because Ike is never there anymore. So, but Dylan will be more than happy to give you a big bear hug.
Dylan's the
and,
guy you want to talk to anyway.
He might be, yeah.
He looks like some statue I saw in like Expedition Unknown, I think.
Maybe,
yeah.
yeah. He's
Really
got
does.
an epic beard.
He's epic.
We'd also like to thank Aqua Coat. Remember, guys, if you want to try their high performance grain filler, Aqua Coat Texas Toast 10, whatever it is, it's in the thing. You get a discount at from Aqua Coat when I think it's Texas Toast 10.
I think so too.
Texas Toast 10 at checkout. Try Texas Toast 10 at checkout or Texas Toast 15. I can't remember what it is. They're actually
It's in the Thursday night
They're
videos.
sponsors of the
Yeah.
Thursday night video, and all that stuff is in the thing. Speaking of videos, and let's wrap it up for tonight. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for everybody who tuned in last year. Thanks for everybody who's fixing to tune in this year. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up. More reveals, more live streams, more live Q&As, and of course, more edited content. And every video this year is going to end with the new slogan, and that's that if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, you guys. This is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that. I think I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next Sunday. We'll have some beers with you then. We'll see you well before then with all sorts of good stuff. This Thursday, live Q&A coming up. It's back. It's better than ever. We got all sorts of good stuff. We'll talk to you all soon. Take care, everybody. Happy New Year.